any other elder person.
Yeah.
But then after some time, the officer got annoyed.
Okay,
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah, he said that where were you trained, etc. I was shocked by that question because it's well known where we are trained.
Yeah.
That's not a question
Ji.
to be asked
Ji.
by another IPS officer.
Ji.
So I said, sir, what do you mean? He said, no, are you not told that when you are talking to a senior officer, you must begin your sentence with sir,
Okay.
you must end your sentence with sir,
Okay. Hey there, my fellow Indians. Welcome to yet another episode of Sandarshana, which is the interview segment of NewsHamster. Today, we have with us a very special guest. He is one of the most popular police officers of the country. He has served on the ranks of DCP and even the Commissioner of Bengaluru city. He retired as the head of Karnataka State Police. Also known as a poet policeman, a Gandhian by spirit, today we have with us Dr. Ajai Kumar Singh. सर टुडे इज़ अ लिटिल फैन बॉय मोमेंट फॉर मी क्योंकि जब मैं रिसेंटली बैंगलोर आया था
जी,
मैं टीवी में देखता था आपको बहुत ज़्यादा. फिर मुझे लगा कि एन आइडियल पर्सनालिटी जो कॉप और जैसे पुलिस ऑफिसर जैसे लगते हैं वो आप हैं. बट टुडे आई एम वेरी वेरी ऑनर्ड कि मैं आपके साथ बैठ के बातचीत कर रहा हूँ और आपका इंटरव्यू कर रहा हूँ. एंड आई थैंक यू फॉर जॉइनिंग अस ऑन न्यूज़ हैमस्टर.
No, I am honored that you are saying those things.
जी.
Life has been good to me.
Ji.
People have been good to me. I am grateful to all of them.
जी.
Ji.
So your home state is Uttar Pradesh.
Ji. Yes.
And but the fact is that all your life, all your decorous career, you've been in Karnataka. Even now, after your retirement, you've stayed back in Bengaluru.
Yeah.
So how has it been like? How is it this new culture, new people? How warm and welcoming have they been to you?
Yes, it is. It's interesting. You see, before I came to Karnataka to join Karnataka cadre of
Ji.
IPS,
Yeah.
I think I had not ventured south of Jhansi.
Okay.
In
Okay.
Uttar Pradesh.
Ha.
That was the southernmost part of country
Yes.
I had visited.
Yes.
And then here I was, we came in a train which used to take, say, almost 36 hours to
Wow.
reach
Okay.
here.
Okay. Huh.
And incidentally, a family, they were also traveling in the
Okay.
same compartment, and we became so friends that till today we are friends.
Okay. Wow.
Till today we are friends.
हाँ जी. हाँ.
So that was the. And after coming here, somehow, you see, I didn't have any, what to say, anxiety or any, say, I don't know, I was rather just a normal thing.
Okay.
भाई जाना है, report करना है, तो आना है. Bangalore was the place we were supposed to report.
जी,
so
जी,
ठीक
जी.
है, जाएंगे. And but I must say that though the first evening wasn't very
First evening.
pleasant,
Okay. First evening.
wasn't very pleasant.
Tell us about that.
That is, you see, I came and I was told that there's a room for me in the IPS officers' mess.
Okay.
And it was evening by the time I reached, almost sunset.
Hmm.
So I went there, and when I inquired there, they said there was no room for me there.
Okay. Okay.
But my batchmate, Sushil Borkar, he had come earlier and he had told me that there's a room for you. So I was very surprised. So I said, bhai, I do not know anybody else or any other place. So who is the officer concerned? I can speak to him, request him, or try to find out.
Right.
So I spoke to the officer concerned. He was a senior officer. And I was talking in normal way, as we talk in the, let's say, to any other elder person.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then after some time, the officer got annoyed.
Okay.
Yeah.
With you.
Yeah, he said that where were you trained, etc. I was shocked by that question because it's well known where we are trained.
Yeah.
That's not a question
Ji.
to be asked
Ji.
by another IPS officer.
Ji.
So I said, sir, what do you mean? He said, no, are you not told that when you are talking to a senior officer, you must begin your sentence with sir,
Okay.
you must end your sentence with sir,
Okay.
and in between there should be one or two more sirs. I was sort of, sort of brought down to earth. I said, okay, sir. But sir, is there room available for me?
Yeah.
He said, okay.
Again, at the end of it, room available for me, sir.
No, I think I forgot again because that was not my habit. Though I was trained. We were already trained, but somehow I didn't imbibe that type of sort of culture of talking.
Right.
Well, you must due respect.
Right.
But not undue. So anyway, he said that no, there's no information to us. But anyway, there's a room available and you occupy that.
Yeah,
so that was. But subsequently, you see, next day experience was quite different. I had gone to meet the Commissioner of Police.
Right.
Mr. M.L. Chandrasekhar was the Commissioner of Police. And I went and met him, which was, he was very senior officer, I was a probationer. So just a formal meeting and all that. When I was coming out of the meeting, I was moving, as my jeep moved, I saw one very smart officer in uniform trying to stop my jeep.
Is it? Okay.
I was very surprised. I said, what's happening? He stopped. He said, are you probationer? I said, yes, sir. Where are you going? It was around 1 p.m. or so. I said, no, sir, I'm going to mess. And then he said, no, you come have a cup of tea with me.
Right. Okay.
And then it turned out it was Mr. K.U. Shetty, then DCP Traffic.
Okay. Right.
He had come to know that some probationer has come to meet Commissioner of Police. And he himself stopped the jeep and he was so friendly, so nice. He said, come and then we had a cup of tea and chit-chat. And I felt very comfortable, very comfortable. And after that, I think all my experiences have been rather. You see, when you come to a new place, a few things which matter is, one is, first thing is language, because communication.
Yeah.
Second is food. And third is, I think, nature of people. So as far as language is concerned, initially we were communicating among ourselves, officers, so English not much of problem. And food is all right. For me, it was not always a very high priority.
Is it?
So it's all right. There should be salt in the food.
and required sugar when needed,
Yeah, wherever required. Yes. So that's the number.
So ಇವಾಗ ಕನ್ನಡ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಸರ್ ನೀವು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಎಲ್ಲರ
ಹತ್ರ? Yes, you see, Kannada, it goes without saying that we were supposed to learn the language, local language, because ours is a public service. And we have to communicate directly to public. Therefore, I didn't feel that it was a burden to learn it.
So did you take any classes or naturally आप सीख गए?
No. Actually, government used to give some money.
Okay.
I think I don't remember 25 rupees or 30 rupees per month for 6 months for the allowance given to learn, to hire a teacher. So in Bangalore, I did hire a teacher and started learning.
Right.
But I think after a month or two or so, he went away somewhere. And then it was on this
natural basis. Yes. Talking to your subordinates or officers.
Yes, public and people around. So that's the...
So talking about public service, abhi dekh rahe hain, I mean, lot of former top cops, they are joining politics, they're venturing into a political career. It's been a while and people have been looking forward to it. Why haven't you ventured into a political career or political life, political party? You've been very, very, you could say, conservative and not spoken much on social media also. And though you personally believe in the Gandhian ideology, you've never been vocal in social media, you could say, where everybody is looking forward. Where is Mr. Ajai Kumar Singh?
No, I don't know that anybody is looking forward. But I thought I couldn't handle the social media. And even before retirement, I wasn't very vocal. Vocal to the extent required by my job.
Okay.
I was vocal otherwise. Let's say writing poems or short stories or translating from Kannada to Hindi and getting published. That type of thing. But otherwise, not too much. That's number one. And secondly, you see, as far as joining politics is concerned or political party is concerned, You see, I'm an intensely political person.
Is it?
That because
Okay.
I'm a MA in political science. My degree, master's degree is in political science. So I
Right.
rather know what it is.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. And my job had very close, interaction with the political leaders.
Absolutely.
So
yes.
all along, I have walked in the places where it was my job to interact very closely with them. And they have a role, of course, as we say that in our democratic setup, the executive, the judiciary, the legislature, which are the MLAs and MPs, everybody has his or her role and all that. But somehow, one or two things. One was that, you see, by nature, I am a bit, independent type of person.
Okay.
That was my style of functioning in police also.
Okay.
Not really, rub anybody the wrong side, but at the same time, stick to your what you think is right.
Ji.
And I found that in politics, it is the ideology of the party. You don't have a freedom to express your own views.
Okay.
That's why you can't say. Suppose on an issue, you have to. If party takes a view, more or less you have to fall in the line.
So why don't you contest as an independent MLA or MLC? Or?
No, I was somehow, you see, this electoral politics in India, I've seen it very close quarters. And I didn't think that I will fit in there, in electoral politics. But that does not mean, as I said, that I'm intensely political animal and I have views on issues and all that. Only thing is, yes, I've not participated. And no, some political party did approach me and rather seriously. And they kept on doing for quite some time. But you see, there are 2-3 things have to, let's say, align. Have to be in alignment before you can take a decision. One is the philosophy of the party,
right?
The policies and philosophy of the party.
Yes.
Second is your confidence in the leadership of the party.
True.
And then thirdly, your own stand. So I thought it was not, they were not coming in alignment.
It was not aligned.
That's how I didn't join.
Right. So since you have a political opinion and since you are a political person, do you agree with the fact that in the past 10 years, the political landscape of the country has changed? The political inclination of the country and the political say of the country has changed? Yeah, you see, political scenario keeps changing. Keep changing. Sometime in 5 years, sometime in 10 years, sometime. Not only last year, before that also changes have taken place. Right.
And that is inevitable. But what is its impact on policing is one thing which concerns me rather seriously.
Right. That makes sense.
Seriously.
Yeah. So, I want to know, what do you feel? Has it affected the policing in the country, rather in the state, the political scenario?
Oh, yes, it has affected. No, I will say it started affecting quite some time back.
Is it?
And I think I may be wrong because one doesn't know what's happening elsewhere. Very realistically, we come to know what what is in public domain.
Right.
And of course, through our context also we know. But even then, you do not know what's happening elsewhere as much as you know what's happening in your own place. If you go by that, then I noted that sometime in late 80s, Karnataka started this order for the first time was passed that at the taluka level, the postings of officers of various departments, including the police, should be, the MLA should be consulted.
MLA should be consulted. Okay.
Some sort of a policy decision was taken sometime in mid or late 80s. I think that was the turning point. And then it became transfers and postings, they became totally in the hands of political leaders. Okay. So, and then of course, now I think that is the case almost all over India. And that certainly affects the functioning of the police department rather seriously.
So there is an involvement of the legislature in the, you could say...
Yes, sir. we can put it that way, that this is rather, you see, if you go by the official and legal structure of the functioning of various, branches of governance.
Yeah.
Whereas today what we see, that the authority of posting and transfers, let's talk of police, it is, I think, true of all the departments. And I think most of the states, degree may be a little less or more, that the authority is with the political leaders.
Right.
Posting and transfers.
Okay.
Whereas the service delivery is the accountabilities of the government servants.
Okay.
Or the departmental hierarchy. Now this doesn't go together. It doesn't go together.
Yeah.
So that has created a serious problem. Serious problem.
So there is a lot of intervention of the political leaders or politics in.
I will say, you see, they are entitled for intervention, but I think it's undue intervention now.
Undue intervention.
Undue intervention.
Well said. Sir, you believe in a Gandhian ideology and the Gandhian spirit of politics, if I could say that.
Politics, I won't know what to say, Gandhian politics. But I certainly treat Gandhiji as one of the greatest persons I have come to know in the history of mankind. Certainly. Of course, there are many points one can disagree with him.
Yeah, but since you were an efficient part of the bureaucracy, which we call as the steel frame of governance in India.
It's no more a steel frame now.
Okay. But anyway, I would just read out what Gandhiji had to say about Indian bureaucracy. He made a statement that the bureaucracy in India is top-heavy and ruinously expensive. Point number one. Point number two, he said, it has no use, and said, even law and order and good government would be too dearly purchased if the price to be paid for it is the grinding poverty of the masses. So we could simply believe that Gandhiji was someone who was not okay with the idea of bureaucracy, because he had seen a lot of, the Babudam culture in the British side.
No, he has seen, but then there has to be some apparatus. What could be that apparatus? Of course, perhaps he gave Panchayati Raj or Gram Panchayats. But then we took long time to come back to that, and even that, how far it has worked in the Gandhian spirit is a very big question.
Yes,
because
absolutely.
There are many things, particularly caste system. It's so strong. Number one. Number two, you see, with due respect, you see, bureaucracy, he's right. Technically, he's right. That bureaucracy is top-heavy. Actually, it is much more top-heavy now than it was in Gandhiji's time.
Right.
It's much more
Right.
top-heavy. All departments, particularly, all departments. But then there has to be apparatus with some continuity. You see, bureaucracy has its own
pros and cons.
Pros and cons. You have to have some apparatus for delivery of service. What that can be. It was felt that the political parties may not be the right apparatus.
True. Yeah.
These bureaucrats were supposed to be impartial, independent, who will implement the rule of law,
accountable,
due process of law, accountability will be not change every 5 years. You see, you can't. So all those things. So it has, but not before Gandhiji, and before that, you see even other experts like I think Max Weber. He also said that bureaucracy actually it expands beyond requirement. And we have seen that happening.
Yes.
Expansion of bureaucracy. And bureaucracy, as it expands, the service delivery doesn't expand and doesn't deepens in the same proportion. It should happen. If bureaucracy is expanding, then the service delivery should be better. And it should reach more and more people.
Right.
But that doesn't appear to be happening.
Right. So, sir, in this long career of yours, can you tell us a case that has given you literally sleepless nights, that you found it very tough and challenging कि इसको solve करना ही है?
That way, I must say, since you used the word sleepless nights, literally, there's a series of cases actually. Gave us, and I can talk about myself, many sleepless nights. And that is very right in the beginning of my career.
Okay.
Even before I was posted in 1979 as DCP Crime in Bangalore City.
Yeah.
Before that, I was additional SP Gulbarga. In Gulbarga itself, I had read there was a few child murder cases.
Okay.
In a very peculiar manner, child used to be found
Murdered.
And this month, and then again next month.
Okay.
I think 2 or 3 such cases had taken place before I was posted. And when I was posted, again a few cases
Came into picture.
happened. And then I thought it is a thing which we have to focus on.
Okay.
Focus on. And then we focused on first only the crime branch, but we found that despite our best effort, another case took place.
Yeah.
And then we tried to study as to what is there any pattern. Then we realized that almost all these cases, by that time I think more than 4 or 5 cases had taken place. That all these cases were happening either 1 or 2 days before full moon, or 1 or 2 days after full moon.
Okay.
Or 1 or 2 days before new moon, or 1 or 2 days after new moon. So that gave it so now then, and some particular places, say used to find somewhere near burial grounds. So we thought that burial grounds are some way connected to these cases and this timing, days. Now, literally those, then after say 5th case or 6th case, when the full moon is coming nearer, those dates, we used to really get very tensed up. And the situation came to such a pass that law and order officers, crime officers, traffic officers, everybody we were deploying all over the city for these 3-4 days to keep watch, and try to prevent. But to our utter surprise, even then, a few cases took place.
Okay.
That was really extremely demoralizing and challenging. And all that. Finally, we did detect those cases, but I think that was one thing that it used to literally give sleepless nights.
Okay.
We, all of us would be daily, whole night we'll be roaming around the city ourselves at senior level. Mr. Karthikeyan was DCP, Law and Order, extremely helpful and cooperative. And DCP Traffic, everybody was...
Sir, one little interesting question that I have for you. I mean, it might, I mean, you can answer it if you wish to. Have you made any compromises as a police officer in your career?
Yes, it's an interesting question. Interesting, I must say. You see, I was in police for almost 35 and a half years. And as you know that police, there are so many omissions and commissions. I mean, we act in so many ways. On day-to-day basis also, you can't count what we did. So in 35 years, if I say that, it will sound very good. It will sound very good if I say that, no, I have not made any compromise. But to be honest, I'm rather hesitant in saying that.
Okay.
But a few things I can say with humility but full confidence.
Okay.
That is, I may have, knowingly or unknowingly, I may have made some compromise here and there. Because, as I said, you won't remember what all you did.
Right.
Or what all you did not do, which you were supposed to do. It's very difficult to remember over 35 years. But one thing I am sure, that I have not done anything illegal or anything immoral or anything for my personal gain or to harm somebody.
Right.
This because I was always conscious to apply some of these filters. What I did or did not do. most of the things were natural course, so you don't have to worry about it. But in cases where you had to consider, I think I was always conscious of these 3-4 filters. So this much I can say, that I haven't done either on my own or on somebody's instructions. I haven't done anything illegal or immoral, or something for my personal gain, or something to harm somebody deliberately, though.
You're right.
I mean, in a surreptitious manner. No, that type of compromises
You have not done.
With humbly, I would like to say that no.
It's very nice of you to open up about these things to us, sir. Sir, if you look at it from a very wider perspective, what we can generally see is there is a lot of trust deficit between the police and the public. It should act like a service that is here to help you. Rather, people are scared. What has caused this?
Yeah, this is the biggest, I must say, challenge before the police. That there is a trust deficit, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. But many years back, one of the very often quoted reasons or causes used to be the colonial hangover of police,
Okay.
which is true. But I have seen and I have thought about it. There's a colonial hangover on both sides.
On the public side
Also,
and the police side.
I have no doubt about it. You can see those. Because, you see, many people will be, very strongly and vehemently criticizing police, whatever they do. But if you talk to them that what are the grounds on which they are this criticism is based, their criticism rather becomes shaky.
Right.
So it's. But on the other hand, the trust deficit is. There are very valid reasons for it, and I think professionally, there's nothing very seriously wrong about police functioning. That's my view.
Okay.
And given a chance and opportunity, if you give them support, I think our officers they are capable of delivering the services, delivering the goods, investigation of maintenance of law and order, control over rowdies, underworld, everything they can do, provided you give them the wherewithals to do it and a clarity of stand.
So you're saying that they are not given that by the public?
Both ways. More than public, I think I will also try to bring in, would like to bring in two other factors. The working conditions of police and the internal work culture.
Acha, okay. This is something the public is not privy to.
Public is not privy to. But public should know. See, working conditions of police at one point of time, they were so bad that in 1979, there was serious police unrest in UP. Serious police unrest. And we also heard the, let's say, ripples even in Karnataka. I remember. So bad police conditions. So there are so many. When we say working condition, there are so many things which are part of working conditions.
Right.
But let's talk about one at least.
Sure, sir.
The manpower.
Manpower.
The manpower, police are awfully, let's say, short of manpower. Because of which, those who are there are overworked.
Okay.
Overwork means overstressed.
Yeah.
And when you are in stress, your behavior automatically is affected. People can't get leave when they require.
Right.
They are not trained in service training. Say every 5 years, 6 years, you must get a break and your professional knowledge and professional skills should be
enhanced.
Let's say enhanced. Where is that happening? Because police stations are working at 30% vacancies.
Right.
So all this adds to it. All this. Now, you don't give you don't fulfill the requirement. Then you expect the service delivery. There's
that
a
makes
mismatch.
sense.
There's a mismatch. I'm not, but even then, a lot of things can be done, which depends on internal work culture. is our internal work culture of the police department conducive to, say, motivate our
the individuals?
officers?
Yeah.
Is it conducive for impartial functioning? Is there a very efficient and effective reward and punishment system to motivate people? Is there recognition for, merit-based functioning?
Right.
Answer will both yes and no. Yes and no. So there are deficiencies there. And I think that these two things, the working conditions and internal work culture, and in working condition, then other facilities which you are giving to, they've improved a lot in last couple of decades. But even then, there is a mismatch.
Right.
I like to talk about one more thing in this connection.
Sure.
Say last 50 years, we quote the professionals or let's say the experts. They quote about police public ratio.
Right.
That per 10,000 of people, so many policemen are available in India, or 1 lakh, and then compare with, let's say, UK, and European countries, etc. But that's very, say, it's of course not in our favor. They are much better.
Yeah.
But what you have to remember is that in, let's say, last 50 years of service, the central government and the state governments have created a lot of and recruited a lot of armed forces.
Okay.
They don't do any of this police work which public is concerned with.
Okay.
They do not register cases. They do not investigate cases. But when you say so many policemen, you include everybody and say so many policemen are available.
Acha. Okay.
Whereas for the what public interaction is with this, what is called civil police.
Right.
So the working condition of civil police, the governments are increasing armed forces.
The paramilitary forces, like
Paramilitary forces, even say KSRP.
Okay.
Say how many more battalions have been added. Similar addition has not been there in the civil police.
Absolutely.
There has been addition, but not. So all these things add up. One more thing we have to keep in mind is that certain amount of antagonism, I don't know whether it's the right word to use,
okay,
vis-a-vis police and public, is involved in their role itself.
In the role of police.
The role of police. You see, in particular, the role police played during our freedom movement. During freedom movement, police were seen and perceived as, the agent of the British government.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Brutally trying to suppress the
freedom fighters.
That is, I think, stuck in the mind of people. Otherwise also, even free India, see, the role of police is basically, say, traffic police, don't go this side, don't park here. Okay. You are arrested. You are, you see, quite a lot of negative role is there. So something is built in the role of police itself.
Okay.
Therefore, there's all the more responsibility on the part of police leadership to come out with innovative
suggestions,
things to overcome these built-in, let's say, perception, the adverse perception about police. And they are doing it. Many places police are running helplines, elder helplines, child helplines.
The confidence building measures.
So action is, so they are there, but I think obviously it is not enough. It has not been enough.
So you're saying that public also has a crucial role to play in...
Certainly, because after all, police-public interaction, that's what decides what you think about police.
Yeah. So, you mentioned about some funny incidents. Can you tell us some funny incident that you have witnessed in your service in India, in Bangalore per se?
Funny incident? Of course, there are many incidents. Many incidents. One thing is, of course, what is coming to my mind is the language, police language. I remember to have read, you see, when you arrest a person, then you produce him or her before the court and
Yeah.
with a remand report.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then if you want further remand, then again you say that no, these 2-3 days which you gave to us, we have not been in position. So that report, I remember one report was there. I was reading in English that the report said that the accused was arrested and produced before the court, produced before the magistrate, who was remanded to police custody. So
Yeah.
that was. But you see, I don't know whether to call it funny or, it will be realistical that how foolish we can be. Not funny, I'll say,
Yeah.
I'll give an example how foolish I have been.
Okay.
How foolish I have been. I remember it was long when I was DCP crime, 79, 80. And our colleague DCP law and order was Mr. Yashwant Gold. Now, Mr. Yashwant Gold received a information from his informant that from so-and-so place, it was somewhere in Chickpit, see large sums of cash illegally are being carried in car number so-and-so from so-and-so circle to it will move.
Okay. Okay.
So he called me. He called me and said that, and they gave approximate time also.
Okay. Okay.
Gave approximate time. And so he called me, saying that Ajay, he was much senior to me, or 9 years senior to me.
Right. Right.
But he called, and that was the atmosphere there that we used to work. It was not his job or my job. If we thought we should do together, we used to do together. So he called me and said that this information, shall we do something about it? So I said, yes, sir, we'll do. He came up with the idea that let us do it ourselves. He said, why involve police involved? They say very large sum. So we senior level, we should do it. I said, all right, sir. Now, so what is to be done? What was to be done was we required to go there. If we go in our police vehicles, everybody will know. And
Yeah.
then
Correct. Correct.
my house was quite nearby.
Okay.
DCP traffic and commissioner's office, not very far
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
So I got my 1973 model Fiat car.
Yeah.
We had, so we got it.
Yeah.
And we sat in the car and asked the driver to remove the uniform. We all, three of us in civilian clothes. And we went there and made inquiries, and we did found the car number given was parked there. Was parked there on the Vivekananda Road. Was it Vivekananda Road or one of those?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it confirmed the information given that so-and-so car is parked, and they had given that it will be parked near so-and-so bench.
Yeah.
It was parked there. So we thought that, yes, we are going to get a big case now. So when car started moving, we started moving behind the car, two of us, and driver and all that. And it is moving, we are also moving. Now, what is the next step?
Okay.
What is next? At some point of time, our colleague said that let us overtake and stop them and check, because we do not know where it will go, and after it goes, suppose there are more people or something, we may not be in a position to tackle them, handle them.
Right.
So at some point of time where we may have upper hand, let's do the checking. So we said, all right. So we asked the driver to overtake. So first he horn repeatedly to signal that you come to a side and all that. That man didn't bother. And perhaps he didn't understand or didn't bother, whatever. So finally we asked the driver, you overtake and try to stop.
Stop them.
So we overtook and tried to stop. In the process, our car touched his car little. Anyway, he stopped.
Okay.
He stopped and we got down and we said that, no, we are policemen, and opened the dicky. So he was surprised. I think there were two of them. He was surprised, but he opened the dicky. He said, but why? He said, no, why we will tell you later. So some sort of a police style. You know, I was at least in the beginning of my career. Why we will tell you later. First you open the dicky. So he opened the dicky. There was nothing in the. There was a few things, but nothing of the sort we were supposed to find there.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
large sums,
Large sum of cash.
cash and all that. Nothing was there. And then we searched the car and didn't find much. That point of time, of course, that man got his confidence back. So he started questioning, why are you doing all this? And now you tell us that what are you trying to do? So then we had no other option but to tell him. So my senior colleague told him that this was the information. So we wanted to check.
Search.
Now that man asked a very simple and pertinent question. Should you not check up before taking action? You got the information, but should you not check up whether it is true or false before you say you are handling me? We had no answer to it. But I was surprised myself that I answered him.
Okay.
I told him, this is one of the way of checking. And he surprisingly, he also appeared to be agreeing to it. This is one of the way of checking. And then we apologized to him profusely and we parted. So like this.
So that information was false.
False.
Okay.
Obviously, maybe somebody was trying to trouble that man.
Yeah.
It happens many times.
Right.
Yeah. Then when we were on this Sivrasana, one-eyed Jack wanted in Rajiv Gandhi murder case. That time also we used to get lot of funny information. We would rush. So-and-so is walking, sir. He has put one eye. So lot of those things used to happen.
Okay.
But point is that we couldn't ignore.
Yeah.
We couldn't ignore. So many situations are there. Yeah.
Okay. So in general, I want to ask you, are you a religious person?
Religious in the sense that, according to me, the basis of religion is a sense of wonder, a sense of wonder about the world, the universe, the life, and all that. So I certainly have a sense of wonder and a sense of, inquiry, a spirit of inquiry. To that extent, yes, very much. But if by religion, if you mean the, rituals and all that, very little of it. Very little of it.
Okay.
Not much. Because I also, over the years, I have realized whatever little I know about religion per se, and religions, major religions of the world, like, let's say, Islam, Christianity, Hinduism, Sikhism, whatever little I know, and have tried to know something or something about these major religions, I have come to a very disturbing and during conversation with knowledgeable people.
Right.
It's rather disturbing, but I find that there's a difference between religion per se, what religion is, and the organized religion.
Acha.
There's a vast difference. Vast difference. I did not find any religion of the world which does not profess love and affection, compassion, helping others. These are the common to all religions. Common to all religions. Whereas, if you find that the organized form of the same religion, we find them indulging in, let's say, the discourse of hate, a discourse of superiority and inferiority,
Right.
which I don't find. I don't find that is not compatible with what the religion per se is saying.
Right.
So that way, this is my view about religion, that for being religious, you don't have to be part of a organized religion.
Okay. That's a very diplomatic way of.
No, I won't say diplomat. It's very what to say, crucial to my understanding.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
not that I don't want to say something, therefore I'm saying this. No, this is my understanding of the religion,
Right.
and my understanding of the organized religion as professed to masses. So that's how I think.
Right. So before we conclude,
Ji.
I want to know one thing. This can also be an important message to upcoming police officers. What has been your driving force in the police service? What has kept you driven for all these years? Especially when you were serving as a police officer, what has kept you driven?
I don't think that I was very consciously
Hmm.
finding something and keeping it in front of me that this is what I have to do. I don't think that there was a very deliberate and conscious effort to do it. I think things happened in a natural way. I'm a policeman. To provide a sense of security, it is my duty. To prevent and detect crimes is my duty. To manage traffic is my duty. So all this was natural part of it. But maybe, I will go back. My understanding of, let's say, morality, my understanding of ethics, my understanding of even religion meant that whichever situation life has placed you, you have to act in the best possible manner in that situation.
Right. Right.
So, which is what I have been trying to do. And a lot of things have been helpful to me in that.
Right.
Including, I must say that whatever reasons, maybe I was lucky that the confidence and the trust, people in general, even press particularly, even political leaders, I didn't have to say I can with humility, I can say that I have not done anything wrong. First of all, very few political leaders ever asked me to do anything wrong.
Okay. Okay.
Secondly, even if they asked, I have not done anything. Or, as I said, anything immoral, which I was not supposed to do. I have not done any such thing. But even then, I don't find that, and nobody has troubled me. So I must give credit to, when I'm giving credit to, let's say, public and press, I must also give credit to the political leaders. That though there were occasions when there was difference of opinion between them and me, nobody has troubled me. Nobody has troubled me.
Right.
So that's it. But then I don't know whether I think I must say this, that a few things have been extremely helpful to me in my police work, and I didn't have to make any extra efforts for those things.
Okay.
One is my interest in literature.
Okay.
Which was right from my childhood. We were interested, the whole family, interested in literature, and particularly in poetry. Poetry has been extremely helpful to me in shaping my life as a police officer and as an individual. There also, particularly, I must mention Kabir's name.
Okay.
Kabir's poetry has been a big influence
Right. Right.
on my formative years. And later on, when I came to know of Vachana literature, particularly Allama Prabhu, Ak Mahadevi, Vasveswara, their poetry has been a great source of inspiration, strength, and also show the path. They have shown the path, that this is the way. So that's how it has happened with me.
All right.